Ну а прямо сейчас турнир продолжает следующий бой в полулегкой весовой категории. В синий угол клетки приглашается боец из города Калуга. Встречайте, Илья Варварский!
You're watching MMA Series 12, Time of New Heroes. We are live from St. Petersburg, Russia. Brought to you by Fubo Sports Network and the Clash TV app. I'm Ian M16 Butlin. And this is the final fight of our main card. Just the super fights after this. This is a featherweight contest, and you can see there in front of you, Илья Варварский. Vavarsky made his debut back in 2016 and now has a record of 10 wins with only 3 defeats and 1 draw. Looking through his record, he's got wins by TKO, KO, submission and decision. That decision coming in his last bout. He's only ever lost, so he's got 3 losses on his record. Not bad, but he's only ever lost by decision. He's never been stopped and he's never been submitted. And if you look at that compared with his wins of 7 KOs or TKOs, 2 submissions and 1 decision, this is a strong record and a tough opponent for anybody. Coming in here, 14 fights experience. So featherweight contest again, 65.8 kilograms with a slight allowance of a pound for non-title fights.
А в красный угол клетки приглашается боец из города Москва. Встречайте, Глеб Хабибуллин!
His opponent making his way down to the red corner, Gleb Habibulin. Habibulin has a record of 4 wins with only 1 defeat, and he made his debut in September 2017. Won his first 4 fights, 3 of them with solid knockouts, and then lost his last fight. I was actually ringside calling that fight against Zabit Zhushapov. And Zhushapov is a real star in the making. That was a tough fight, very difficult for him, but no shame in losing to a fighter of that caliber, and I believe he will have come back. That was October 2019. He's had a full nearly 12 months to get himself back prepared, get himself back in the cage, and fair play to him because he's coming back against someone like Илья Варварский.
Дамы и господа, представляю вам бойцов 8-го боя вечера. В синем углу клетки боец из города Калуга представляет клуб «Спарта». В его профессиональном рекорде значится 10 побед, 3 ничьих, всего 1 поражение. Встречайте, Илья Варварский! А противостоять ему будет боец из красного угла клетки, из города Москва. Представляет команду «Груша», команду «Сейдж Про». Его профессиональный рекорд составляет 4 победы, всего 1 поражение. Глеб Хабибуллин! Рефери в клетке Евгений Ли.
Бойцы на середину. Помним про правила, слушаем мои команды, деремся честно. Пожали руки. По углам.
MMA Series 12, Time of New Heroes, live from St. Petersburg. I'm Ian M16 Butlin, and this is the final fight on our main card. Илья Варварский takes on Gleb Hабибуллин. Featherweight contest, 3 5-minute rounds.
Готов? Готов? Бой!
Vavarsky, noticeably taller of the two, we saw on the tail of the tape, so Habibullin will be backing him up and looking for those big, powerful shots Khabibulin at featherweight. As I said, I called his fights from cage side or ringside, and he's very powerful, explosive. Watch for the come forward striking. But those are nice punches there from Wawrski, who I've not seen before. Doing long, nice combinations there. He needs to put enough power in him to keep Khabibulin off him.
Стоп.
I think that was an accidental poke in the eye there.
Глаз. Врач нужен?
Well, that's the risk with putting your hands out straight, and this is why the unified rules now, it's actually legal to hold your hands out straight. You can use your distancing with your fingers pointing towards the ceiling, as we saw in the last fight, Ilya Kiriev. You can't actually point with your fingers out forwards, and that's the reason why. Okay, so just getting the time to recover. Gleb Hhabibulin coming forward, working forward, and he's just gone into the hand of Ilya Wawrski. The fingers into the eye. We shook it off like a good professional.
Готов?
We can continue this first round. As we said, the last of our main card, with our 2 super fights still to come. You see Hhabibulin with that trademark side-to-side style. Going forward, those are nice fast hands though, again, showing the picking the shots. Fast shots, switching stance from southpaw to orthodox. Definitely showing he's not afraid to strike a match punch for punch with Hhabibulin. And kicks as well. There's a body kick. Powerful left. He steps in with a jab for Hhabibulin. As expected, looking to stalk. But it's the counter punches so far that have stood out for me. Big shots coming forward again. Hhabibulin landing just short. A powerful jab to the body. It's the accuracy from Wawrski. Every single shot he throws is nice and accurate. Hhabibulin keeping his hands tight for now. But it only takes one accurate shot on the chin, and he can change a fight around. Markings up from the power, though, of Hhabibulin on the face of Wawrski. Still stalking forward. Damage to the nose. Look at the big heavy shots there coming in. Rips punches into the body and then comes up to the head. As I said, Khabibulin's only loss coming in that last fight, which was a battle, and all his wins coming from TKO. He'll be enjoying this stand-up war. It's just his sort of fight. Wawrski, nice shot to the body, and again mixing up the punches and kicks well. 90 seconds left in this first round. Looking for the big punches. Left hook landed. If you're watching at home on the Clash TV app, clap for your favourite fighters. Give us your opinions. We've got the fast, flashy combinations of Ilya Wawrski. We've got the powerful come-forward shots of Gleb Hhabibulin. Like a mini Hagler versus Leonard. Two very different styles, both gaining success in different ways. Nice knees there from that tie clinch. Definitely the bigger vocabulary of shots is coming from Илья Варварский early on. 30 seconds left now in this first round. Just feel Vavarsky needs to keep tight as he throws his shots. He throws nice punches, but just leaves himself a little bit open, which is why he's bleeding from the nose. He's probably landed the larger volume of shots, but the damaging heavy punches have come. And there, Vavarsky, that's a very smart move in a close stand-up fight, which could maybe be scored either way. To score that takedown late on, let the judges remember the takedown. That was a very, very clever move, I believe, from Илья Варварский, who, for me, has probably just edged that round. Again, guys at home watching on the Clash TV app, give us your opinions. There's the big power shots that we've seen through this round from Gleb Habibullin. It's big shots, big left hooks, right cross, and body shots. He comes down to the body, rips the shots in, and comes up to the head. But look at the sharp, fast counter punches that come from Илья Варварский. Definitely different styles. Both games, there's the body shots, and then he comes up to the head. Luckily for Varvарский, that one missed because he dropped his hands down to protect the body. But there, beautiful trip. Well timed, just at the right time. I do feel that Hабибуллин was doing the most damage with the strikes. But in a round that's so close, that sort of control of the fight, that takedown could make the difference in the scoring. Again, I'm not a judge, I'm the commentator, and sometimes I'm very, very grateful of that. It's always fun for you guys at home with the interactive. Nice left hook and right low kick. Picking the shots better, Varvарский. And this is a little bit more assertiveness as well. He took the center a little bit there and actually led off with those shots rather than countering. But Hабибуллин goes back to his style of forward, the action, closing distance, throwing shots with those short arms. Solid jab as well. Hабибуллин, when he uses that jab, he's got a very powerful step forward jab. Not giving an inch here with Varvарский. Who swings with a big right cross there. Hабибуллин looks to catch and punch. Again, both getting success. Nice there, block, counters with a jab. Good inside work. Picking the shots well. Hабибуллin waiting to strike. Stepping, and there he goes. Closes the distance, fires his shots. Maybe a little bit predictable. You find Varvарский throwing different shots, less predictable, throwing the knees, the low kicks. But when Hабибуллin fires through with those shots, he can punch through the guard. So powerful, and the shots into the body are very heavy. Again, the trip, the takedown from Varvарский. The front headlock, I don't think that's anywhere close to doing any damage. Hard to tell from this angle, but his right arm doesn't look tight enough through to be able to get a submission. But there's blood. It is squeezing the blood out. You see the blood dripping from the nose. But it does look underneath on the windpipe. It's maybe not tight enough to be cutting the blood supply off to the neck. But when you've got blood dripping from your nose and that sort of a choke is in on the windpipe, it makes it very, very difficult to breathe. But fair play. Varvарский's up and out. And we're back to the stand-up action. MMA Series 12, Time of New Heroes, live from St. Petersburg. Round number 2. Илья Варварский in the blue. Gleb Hабибуллин in the red. Brought to you by the Fubo Sports Network. Flash TV app. And there, nice punches again from Vavarsky. Nice uppercut and then throws the hook over the top. Again, Vavarsky landing the better shots maybe. But it's the power and the damage has been done by Hабибуллин. This time the takedown. Goes from Hабибуллин in the red corner. Attacking the guard now of Илья Варварский. Chopping elbows in from the top. Hабибуллин, powerful body head. Classic ground and pound combinations. Again, you see the power he has from those short arms. Can generate power inside to the body. They turns him over. He's going to look to get his hooks in. Vavarsky did a good job there, turning back, getting the half guard and back to full guard very quickly. Again, we see the elbow work from underneath guard, chopping into the shoulders. Looking for the Kimura. Sitting up for a Kimura is a good thing to work to maybe look for a sweep or just to threaten from the bottom. Hабибуллин steps up, gets good stomp to the body.
Стойку встаем. Удары ногами по лежащему сопернику запрещены. В голову.
That was a clean stomp there to the body. The referee stands them back up.
В центр внимательно. Бой.
Back to the action, overhand. Vavarsky comes out. He's going to want to finish this round strong. Again, probably landed the bigger volume of shots in that round again. But was the damage done and the takedown scored from Gleb Hабибуллин? I'm going to sit on the fence again this round. Let you guys at home score. Big shots. Solid shots there from Gleb Hабибуллин again. Punching and backing up Vavarsky. Gets the takedown straight into a guillotine. This guillotine was tighter than it looked from the other side. And squeezed the blood out from that already bleeding nose. Vavarsky comes back. Landing clean shots. Taken down again. And then starts to chop in. Work from the bottom. But he wasn't working any submission work. Threatened maybe a Kimura, but nothing close. And then Hабибуллин, that was what happened there. He went to stomp on the body and the turn. He actually clipped the chin, which is why they were stood back up there at the end of that second round. So 2 very close rounds so far in this last fight of our main card. Definitely hold on for our 2 super fights, which look absolutely excellent. Right now, we're in round number 3, MMA Series 12, Илья Варварский versus Gleb Hабибуллин. Body kick is caught, but defended there. Vavarsky dives in with a knee. Vavarsky bouncing, looking to maybe up the pace. Throwing the kicks in. Again, I do like his work when he's more assertive and on the front foot. As the taller man, against the aggression of Hабибуллин, it is maybe a smart early on to be backing off, picking off the shots. But now, as he's getting more success, nice to see him being assertive. As Hабибуллин drops. Looks for the clinch, looks for the takedown, is broken off, defended again. Nice, dropped his levels and came up with punches. Constantly making Hабибуллin think. 1-2 down the middle from Vavarsky. Left hook inside from Hабибуллin. So far, on the Clash TV app, both rounds to Илья Варварский, who's slightly ahead. Not massively ahead, but just slightly ahead, which is pretty similar to how I've got. I just think the bigger volume of punches and strikes has come from Vavarsky and the 2 takedowns. Hабибуллин landing maybe the more powerful shots, but just not as many of them. So the crisp work of Илья Варварский winning. For the guys at home, are the judges going to be seeing it the same way? Nice chopping low kick there from Hабибуллин. Looks to have tired. He's not coming forward. He's not pushing back as hard in this last round. That was a nice right cross. But still the centre is more taken now from Илья Варварский, who drops for the takedown. Defended. 2 minutes 20 seconds left. And both guys looking tired. That was a nice uppercut there from Vavarsky. Hабибуллин walking forward. Not with the same venom as before. And the nice punches again. Volume of punches coming from Vavarsky. Great fitness, the conditioning here of Илья Варварский really shining through. He fires another uppercut. And definitely showing the experience of his 14 fights here. He will have been in deep waters before. He's coming through. Look at that spinning attempt at a kick late on in the fight. 90 seconds left. And he's trying spinning kicks. Whereas really, if you look at Gleb Hабибуллин, he's come with one game plan. And that's come forward and throw powerful shots. The variety, the changing up of the game plans, the changing of styles, the changing of pace as well, which is a big thing in a fight, is being able to change your pace. Spot what's happening with your opponent and switch up, start to go faster, slow down, control the pace of the fight. And I think Илья Варварский is doing a real good job of this in this third round. We're into the last 50 seconds, we're in the last minute of this fight. Who can pull a big finish out? Who can work now? Vavarsky looks for the takedown. Stuffed there from Hабибуллин. Nice left hook there inside. But matched. Left hook to the head, left hook to the body. Again, nice variety coming from Vavarsky. Again, goes down to the body. He's looking to throw the punches in. That's good work against someone who's tired. Rip the shots into the body. Real make them feel. Oh, he got caught with the right cross on the counter there. Still got to be careful. Final seconds here, and it's been non-stop action from start to finish from both these two strikers. And that is the end of the fight. Hабибуллин is exhausted, and Vavarsky, I think rightly so, celebrates. That was a big third round for him. Again, if you're watching at home on the Clash TV app, give us your scores. Score that fight for me. Илья Варварский pulled away and has put the icing on the cake in that final round. Three judges at ringside will have all scored that fight. Now be totting up to give the result to the MC. The referee in MMA contest does not score the fights. We hand over for the official decision. Remember, we have our two super fights coming up. Mashenko versus Maslov at heavyweight. And then our main event, Kamidov versus Durimanov at bantamweight.
Бойцы на середину.
Дамы и господа, в этом противостоянии раздельным решением судейства признана ничья.
Well, that fight was scored a draw. The judges have seen it slightly differently, but as I said, it was two very, very different styles.
Илья, начнем с тебя. В
Илья.
прошлый раз ты с Лехой Липуновым закатил не хуже в бой. Просто
Last time
потрясающе
you had a
интересно,
very good
но
fight
чуть-чуть
with,
не хватило. В этот раз ничья. В следующий
Хабибуллин.
раз, наверное, за победой.
Right now it's a draw.
Да, конечно. Во-первых, всех приветствую.
Next time, are you going to
Вот,
win?
Да, бой хороший.
Of course,
Глеб, спасибо, мужик.
I
Отличный
am.
бой.
It was a good fight,
Вот.
thanks to my opponent.
Пользуясь случаем, хочу поблагодарить всех организаторов
I
данного
want
мероприятия.
to thank
Команду Сеч,
all the managers,
Следи, Дерека.
all my team,
Вот, также хочу
Sech,
поблагодарить свой клуб «Спарта», всех парней, кто
my team
главного
Sparta,
тренера нашего клуба Виктора Гаврилюка. Также
our
огромное спасибо
coach,
моему тренеру по ударной технике Бакаеву Эдуарду,
my
всему Ambition
striking
Gym.
coach, thanks to
Вот.
him,
Также спасибо всем родным и близким,
and
кто меня
thanks to
поддерживал.
all my
Союз славянских бойцов
relatives,
пробоксинг. И всем людям, кто неравнодушен, смотрит данные турниры.
to all who
Ну, еще
supported
раз
me,
организаторам. Всем
who
спасибо.
watched
Спасибо Глебу
this
еще.
tournament,
Отличный боец. И то, что
and
перед боем был, это
to my
не
opponent
оскорбление,
Хабибуллин.
это чуть-чуть интрига.
He's a great
Всё.
fighter.
Никто не сомневается. Спасибо тебе. Ждем тебя снова в Петербург. Спасибо.
Thank you. We're expecting to see you next time in St. Petersburg.
Глеб, я понимаю, что ты
Глеб,
хотел закрыть поражение.
I know that
Ты
you
не
wanted
дрался
to
с
win this fight.
2019 года. Не застал
You
ковидное
started
время.
training
Каково тебе
from
драться без зрителей?
1996.
На самом деле скучновато. За меня очень много людей болеет. Тем более мне кепку снести обещали тут. Чуть-чуть не хватило, простой большой.
Well, it was a boring
А так,
fight. I
всем
think
спасибо.
I did expect more
Васильевичу
from me.
большой привет, также Косову. Иван Григорьевичу. Хотя
I wanna
как
thank
обычно,
all my team.
в прошлый раз бабушку не получилось.
I wanna say sorry to all my team.
А в этот раз у меня грустное событие. Бабушка умерла
And
пару недель назад.
today is very
Этот бой я
sad day
посвящаю ей.
because
Очень люблю.
a few days ago
Спасибо,
my grandmother died. And I wanted to win this fight, but I couldn't. So I'm gonna be ready for the next time.
Featherweight battle between Илья Варварский and Gleb Hабибуллин went as predicted. Hабибуллin walking forward, working those come forward aggressive strikes. Илья Варварский trying to counter and work the punches. There you see the body shots ripping in. He was coming down to the body and then up to the head. Gleb Hабибulлin is an amazing come forward, powerful striker. What we saw from Илья Варварский was takedowns and fast, sharp punches on the counter. Look, still working there from underneath, working the elbows in. The damage was done to the face of Илья Варварский from the powerful shots. But that didn't tell a lot of the story because the more volume of strikes and the variety, the vocabulary of shots you see there from the knees, uppercuts, hooks, he mixed everything together so well. And as the fight started to continue, what you saw was Vavarsky starting to take the center of the cage and actually work more assertiveness on his strikes, pushing back. There you see there was some clinch, little bits of attempts to take down. A very even match.